Welcome to Jokakaka. I'm Jim.
And I'm Sam.
And today we're here to talk about Chapter 71 of JoJolion, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
What's the chapter called?
It is called, let me get my notes.
Let me unzip my hoodie.
Something
ASMR
She Once Saw.
Okay.
So this is a...
Yasuho chapter.
Yeah, another flashback. I have to say, for a flashback chapter, it's one of my least favorite ones. Because every other flashback chapter has given like a lot of insight to the plot.
Before, all the flashbacks were like either Johnny or what they call it, related to
the Rock People or the Higashikatas.
Yeah, Kira and Jofume related to.
Those were the best.
And what's it called? And the one Jobin one.
Yeah.
Like, but this is again like Jobro backstory, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I just want to start this off with one thing. Are you familiar with an unreliable narrator? What that idea is?
It's not familiar.
So it's essentially when like you're being told the story from a perspective, but something in the story gives you a clue that you can't trust the person telling you the story. Mm. So you have to kind of like look outside the perspective of the story and think about
there are kind of things like that where I'm not really sure like what's like.
Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff that happens in this chapter is Yasuho kind of hallucinating.
Yeah.
Or I'll get to it. The weird rock creature like affecting her in some way.
Yeah. The rock bug.
Yeah. Which doesn't have a name, unfortunately. He doesn't have a fun...
No, it's just like, this is rock animal dead.
Yeah. So, we'll just go through like a quick summary of the chapter. So basically, it kind of starts off with a brief recap. So we have the scene after the fight of the last chapter. There's still that like ominous feel where everyone's standing around and it's just wind just
like,
blowing.
It's like them it's just walking away from like the ski lift, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a panning shot of, what's his name?
Fine appraiser.
No, the corpse of Urban Gorilla.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, like the little rolled up corpse.
Yeah.
He got fucked.
So Mamazuku, who is the planet appraiser, he really is just such a dick to Yasuho. He has such little respect for her.
He's like, you served your purpose. You're not completely useless, but it's time for you to go.
Yeah.
This is like me and Josuke's like
adventure.
Yeah, like,
I'm the real Joe, bro.
This is our mission now. It's way too dangerous for you. You had your use in this fight. You proved your worth, basically. Mm-hmm. Which is like a nice thing coming from him.
Yeah, which actually is kind of like a backhanded compliment. Yeah. But so, essentially, she goes into like a story, which is a flashback from 2005.
Because she
proves her worth, essentially.
Yeah, she's basically saying why she wants to join on this adventure. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of like with Star Wars Crusaders, where everyone had their own point of going to save Holly or for her own reason. But like, this one is just like her reason why she wants to help pursue these rock people and find the fruit. Yeah,
this was like really necessary too, because if you think about what she's done, she's just kind of like tagged along with Gabby this whole time.
More so like for the adventure, it seems like more so than it was for like
because she like kind of likes him. And then like especially the end of the chapter, which we'll get to, it like really the actions that she does where she pulls him out, like she's really important. Like in retrospect, she's very important to the whole story.
Yeah.
Or at least Araki's trying to make us think that.
Yeah, so ordinary schoolgirl Yasuho in the flashback.
Yeah, so there's one other comment I wanted to say. Before when Mamazuku says, "Hey, I want you to get out of here. Go home, you're back to your quiet life." He's like, "Once we get back to the house, Norisuke's orders will be a first priority." So
they're meeting up with the dad.
Yeah, so I'm wondering like how important or how much does Norisuke know that we haven't, because he's been kind of drip feeding Gabby knowledge.
From what we know, he knew Kira. So it's just like, what did he know? What did he and Kira know? What did those two get up to when they were together? That's like a thing we kind of still don't know. But
so yeah, I think we're gonna get a little bit more. Maybe he's gonna take more of like a leadership role. I don't know. But that was just before. So yeah,
it's a weird arsenal of stands to get between them all. Like like the ribbon stand, the GPS stand, the bubble stand, and the King Nothing smell stand. Which is weird.
It is a smell, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's a really weird. Yeah, it's a really weird like grouping of stands for like into your normal like combat. Everyone can have an ability, but they're all like can be used combat really easily. Where some of them aren't really used for combat.
Which is like I like that so much better because looking back to like Star Wars Crusaders, they're all just like fighters. Like
except for like, Joseph, really. Yeah, like, he had like the hand to hand and the command like extension of Haman, which didn't really work against anyone else other than like.
And Hermit Purple's like barely used.
Yeah,
it is just, like never.
It's just an extension for his Haman.
But so okay, what happens? I'm gonna try and go quickly through this because I wrote down all these notes, but they're not too important. So she's 13 years old in 2005, Yasuho, and she wants to get this hair clip she sees, and it's
from
shaped like a
shop.
Yeah, it's shaped like a peach flower petal. That's what
it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
She says she wants it because she wants people to call her cute. Later on, we find out that she wants her dad specifically to say that she's cute.
She loved her dad.
Yeah.
Her mom and dad are divorced.
Yeah. Later on, she describes it as having a traditional and grown-up feel. It's pink with a crystal in the middle. Which these aren't really important details.
Yeah.
The one that I really spent a lot of time looking into, the man she buys it from, this weird like shady store owner, says it was made during the era in China for Empress Dowager Shichi of the Qing Dynasty. Do you know who this is?
No, did you look that up?
Yeah, I actually studied Chinese history a bit in college, so this was like tangentially related.
The only thing I know about Chinese history is like the Roman sister kingdom.
So like fiction.
Yes.
You know fiction.
Yes.
So basically, she's actually kind of has an interesting history because she was a concubine. And so you know what a concubine, like she wasn't like part of the royal family. She was pretty much like a mistress.
Mm-hmm.
And then she ended up having a child with one of the royal people who died off. So her child became kind of like I forget the name for it, but like an emperor, like a junior emperor sort of thing.
Emperor in training.
Yeah, but so I don't know if he dies or something, but she ends up becoming the ruler of China because... And this is in like the mid 1880s or 1850s or so. So it's pretty recent history.
Yeah, like not that far.
But
history wise,
this is kind of like the reason why I like looked into it so much is because she's like the beginning of the end of China before it started to really get like in constant turmoil in the 20th century.
Yeah. So
I think she represents like the old guard, like kind of the old fashioned ways before. The Boxer Rebellion was all these people that are like, no, we want Western ideas. And...
Also before like they all like kind of migrated to California.
Well, yeah, I guess that would have been happening in this time like too as well.
For the early gold rush.
Mm-hmm. But so yeah, basically, I just am like wondering like, is this an important detail?
No, I think it's just bullshit.
Is the timing maybe
it's
important?
It's just something Rocky probably like researched like recently. It was like, I should put that into this chapter.
I want to say that maybe the time period of saying like maybe what he oh no, this is me just reaching, like because this was such an era of social reform in China, maybe the rock people have been around for a long time and have been influencing events.
Or could it just be bullshit?
It could just be bullshit because then later on, if she also said it was given to some Taiwanese girl, so like then it made its way to Japan, whatever. So this is me just like kind of going off.
Yeah, a little bit.
Her mom is really annoyed that she spent so much money on it.
Yeah,
it was like, kind of expensive.
It was like 7,200 yen or something like that.
It was like about $78. It was 7,800 yen, so that's about $78 American.
Women, am I right?
So I actually, one other note, I liked how Yasuho behaves in this chapter. She's very like juvenile.
Yeah.
She's always like
she's like a young teenager.
Yeah, she's really obsessed with her appearance and like. It felt like a very real person.
But then he shows her, like, at school, like, she gets, like, emails, like, telling her she's, like, a moron.
Well, okay, so what happens, yeah, so basically, one other thing, her mom is, like, angry that she spent all this money.
But,
she's like,
but she's fine with it, though. But she, like, understands, like, why she did it, though. She's, like, kind of sympathetic.
Kind of?
She's kind of sympathetic.
Not really.
She's, like, not like a bitchy mom, like an evil mom.
She is
like,
bitchy. She's very passive-aggressive.
She's not nearly as evil as, like, other moms have been.
Well, okay, but she's still dickish.
I was like, but she wasn't, like...
Well, so what happened, what she literally says, she's like, oh, you got it for that person. She says those words.
Oh, yeah.
And then she won't even say her dad's name.
Well, just like any divorce, they won't like when you bring up the parent.
Yeah.
Or the one parent you hit the divorce.
And it was like immediate that she knew. Like, she could see through Yasha's intentions immediately. Yeah. So, then... Oh yeah, so then she goes to school, and there's a girl whose birthday was the night before.
Oh, that's right.
Where Yasuho was buying the...
I thought she was going to end up, like, gifting her the pair.
Yeah, me too. I really thought I was going to... But so yeah, she's like, oh my god, I forgot to give her a midnight text saying happy birthday. And then, because she didn't text this girl at midnight, all the other girls say, like, screw you,
ungrateful.
You whore. Yeah, ungrateful, like... Is this what it's like in Japan?
I don't know. Because, like, no one gives a shit other than on Facebook. It's like someone will say like, happy birthday to you, but they're alerted it's your birthday. But, like, in real life, everyone's like, oh, you don't memorize every other person's birthday. I always remember your birthday because it's the same with, like, my dad.
Maybe, like, middle school Japanese girls are just, like, the most fragile beings on earth and need constant validation.
Japanese school life seems to be very interesting.
It's, like, all they care about.
Yeah.
So... oh, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought.
She runs home.
Yeah, she goes home and she's like super depressed by it. So then she starts getting dandruff. Do you remember this part?
Yeah, she's like flaking, and then like her eyes start.
She gets it in her eyebrows, which I actually relate to because I do get dandruff in my eyebrows sometimes.
And her elbow starts cracking too, which is like really weird.
Yeah, that's the part where it starts really escalating. It's like all of her skin is like
breaking off.
Yeah.
There's a lot of close-ups to her eye in this chapter.
Yeah,
also.
There were some really good ones. Oh, I meant to. I screen capped a few of them because I wanted to make it for the thumbnail, but there's a lot of really good art, a really good close-up art of Yasuho in this.
Yeah.
So then what she does, she goes to... So this is kind of dragging. I'm going to go quicker.
Yeah, she goes like a pharmacy and gets like dandruff like medicine or something.
Exactly, like yeah. And she's like... Because the next day she's going to meet with her dad and she's like super psyched for it.
Also, it was kind of gross that like it showed her fingernail cracking. When you did the cracking thing, it had like a little bit of fingernail cracking. Fingernails also like the grossest kind of imagery.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that like really freaks people out. And like me included. Yeah. And I like seeing that stuff.
But she goes to sleep and wakes up the next day and like fine.
So yeah, the first thing she does, she wakes up, she feels her head to see if she has like the dandruff, and it's gone. She's like all good, but then she looks over and her brooch is gone. She starts freaking out, storms through the whole house.
Like she like and he blames her mother for like you did like, this, you just don't want me to like make dad happy or something.
She actually says you're jealous, like accusing her mom of being jealous of her dad's affection.
Fucking chill.
Yeah, like, but then the thing is, her mom starts acting weird too. She's like, if you leave the house, you'll be making me very upset.
Yeah, Japanese thing.
I guess I read a little too much into that because at the end of the day, you realize that her mom didn't do anything with it.
Just trying to calm her down some way or another.
Yeah. So then, in the confusion, even though Yasuho thinks the cracking has stopped, her mother goes to grab her hand, and
it breaks.
It breaks. Like the skin cracks off again,
and her hand slips,
and she smacks her face into.
She falls on the stairs. She's like on the stairs
into a rail. Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of gets knocked the fuck out.
Then we see the plant bug, or well, what we realize her hair clip is some sort of like organism. Yeah, that legit transforms.
It's like not even a description of like what kind of animal it is. He had like a weird little mouth. You see like drool come out of it.
It becomes a tongue later too. You see like it's this really creepy tongue that like drills itself. Yeah. So it jumps back onto her head, drills its tongue into her head.
I can't really describe what kind of animal. It's more like a frog, I guess, like a weird frog bug.
Yeah, it really just looks like a transformer.
It looks like a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yeah, it kind of does actually.
But yeah, so you see that it kind of digs into her head, and then
when it digs into her head, the head like completely cracks again, like all the cracks start to form,
and so then
like almost like shattering.
She wakes up and her dad appears, and he says like, "Oh, I can't do these Sunday meetings anymore. I have a girlfriend.
I have a lover.
I have a lover. Yeah, you say I have a girlfriend. Like I have a lover.
Yeah, that's so weird.
And I want to start a family with her. Like I was like, yeah, you can still do that with you only see your daughter once a week.
Yeah, exactly. Once a week. Is that really that hard? I think he said he wanted to move away, but still, like
you'd be like, I can't see you as often. I still want to see you, but you can't see you as often or something like that. Like But yeah, so she's so happy, but she gets sad when he tells him you can't really do it anymore, and then he just fades away.
Yeah, he starts cracking. His skin starts like doing the cracking thing until he's like almost completely gone, and so then we have a crazy jump.
But it's also like this panel. Does it go like into like, the rock animal like him?
What it kind of looked like to me, it's kind of hard to tell. It looks like the rock animal kind of jumps out of his body as he's cracking. Yeah, but that could also just be like. It's not clear. It's made intentionally ambiguous.
Yeah.
So then we have the crazy reveal that Yasuho's mom comes back there and she's like, all right, I called the doctor. And Yasuho is like slit her wrist. She
slit her wrist with like a shaving razor.
Yeah, straight razor.
And the clips on the bottom of the tub. And then that's the end of her flashback story for at least that part.
Yeah,
and then it cuts
section.
back. Mm-hmm. Cuts back and like, the primary like, that's a really nice story at all, but who gives a fuck?
Well, yeah, I also wanted to say, so, if you recall, one of the very first chapters of JoJolion, there is a character that tries to kill herself in a bathtub. So at the time, we didn't know about the rock people, we didn't know about anything, who knows if Araki even did, but I'm wondering if there's some sort of weird thematic connection, because that's kind of like, that's such a specific thing to kill yourself in a bathtub.
Could have been part of the stand, like, Alright, I was gonna get this later, but, someone said the rock people would kind of feed off negativity, And that stand gives negativity into your head. So
can we actually finish the chapter first? I have some things I wanted to say too.
But so he cuts back to them. She talks to them about a little bit, but then it cuts back to her in the hospital recovering. Mm-hmm. And Holly's her nurse, and she gives her like a motivational speech to get her through life.
Yeah, she says there isn't a single thing that is good that should be overlooked.
Which kind of
very strange. It's a very strange way of wording it.
But then Kira shows up. It says that lady says something weird to you. Don't ignore her for the most part. She's kind of weird, but she's still good. Like kind of a little speech. But you also it is your clip. It's the broken big bug rock animal. He's like, I stepped on a by accident. I'll pay you. Just let me know where. And but he basically killed it on purpose. Clearly.
Yeah. So this is one of the most interesting parts of the chapter for me, because this took place in 2005 and the current JoJolion takes place in 2011, and Kira's like, yeah, Holly is going to stop being a doctor soon. Don't pay attention. So either Holly has been the symptoms have started to show and she's had this for 5 years,
or he knows that she's going to get it.
Yeah, or there's some or maybe they're going to do something and she's stopping. Who knows? Mm-hmm. So my theory is that they're kind of working. They were probably working against the Rock people because Kira clearly is aware of them at this point. This is early. This is 2005. This is one of the earliest times we've seen Kira doing anything. I think at least.
Probably. Sounds about it.
Yeah. So this is. I don't know. I just thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, he was like, I'm certain that that man who destroyed that, who came to the hospital was Kira, his daughter, Holly's son, and that Nurse Holly, I want to help her because she helped me.
Yeah, as you were saying, before you were interrupted.
Yeah.
So basically, this kind of gives Yasuho her motivation. To save Holly. Specifically, she wants to save Holly. The
reason why she's the Stardust Crusader, why she's a member of the JoJolion. What's it called? Gappy's a captain, but she is the second mate, or what's the word for the second in command on the ship, on a pirate ship?
I don't know. First mate?
First mate?
First mate would be,
Okay. Sure.
I guess. I don't know.
But yeah, so that was her motivation chapter. And then... But yeah, basically, Panther just says that that's nice and all, but I appreciate you having motivation. You gave your... you actually have a reason, so you can come with us to the house, but we're going to get this fruit now.
Yeah. And then we see the very last thing. We see Jobin is using a knife to dig a hole. Yes. In the
a shovel, even though he's family owns a gardening fruit stand business, you don't own a small gardening shovel.
No, why would they have any a hoe? Cup? He could have used a hoe,
or a cup even.
Yeah, it's symbolic,
I guess.
So I think this is kind of
look at that hole he made. Did that make sense?
Hold on, wait. Can I see? Can you go back to him with the knife? I want to see him with the knife because
he just
that's a very him jabbing the knife down.
It takes so long. You use your hands to make it even.
It would. It's symbolic. I think it means that Jobin is he's crossed the line. He's gonna kill. He's gonna kill or fight someone. The good guys.
So yeah, he is bearing it, and that's the end of our chapter. To be continued. People think his hair clip may be another rock animal controlling him.
Yeah, I kind of thought that. I tried to avoid any sort of
fan theories.
Yeah, I didn't want to read before I spoke.
Mr. Holly's the main villain. Alright, so yeah, that's the end of the chapter.
Yeah, so the few things I wanted to say, my speculation is the hair clip is something that kind of preys on people, making them live their greatest fear.
I think another thing is just gives you more just negativity, It's just, I think a fear thing, but as long as it makes negativity, I think that's its whole thing.
But
it feeds off emotion.
Yeah, that's an interesting theory.
But it also spikes it spikes it too.
Yeah, because what I was saying earlier is the whole thing with the kids seems so unreasonable. I mean, maybe that is in Japan, but
it was just Iraqi writing high school girls.
Yeah, I think also because teenagers, especially girls in this time period, or this period of their lives, they have heightened emotions and everything's horrible and terrible. That's why you see her so worked up about the hair clip. So I think that maybe the brooch, because she has the brooch immediately in the chapter, so I think it's already affecting her.
She buys it early. Yeah,
I think it's already affecting her when the kids are sending messages. I think maybe it's
once she puts it in her hair, I think that's when it affects her.
Well, she has it in her hair, like, immediately.
Yeah, she the whole thing is like, oh yeah, I went to Shake, I bought the hair clip, and then this is what happened after that.
So I think maybe it's possible that the kids never even texted her. It's just her own, like, because she is looking at the whole situation from a distance, and then is thinking all these thoughts, and then the thoughts come true, and then she has all these suspicions about her mom trying to, like, keep her away from her dad, and, like, that comes true, and, like, so it's pretty, I think it's obvious, but, like, I don't think she ever met with her dad.
No, I don't think
that
so
was
either.
all a complete hallucination.
I think it's just a thing, because was her dad outside? I think her dad was out, because the car, I thought it a car pulled up or something.
No,
like that.
there was the dumpster pulls up, and then she thinks that
I think that was her, like, hallucinating that was her dad, because her mom didn't even notice her dad was, like, in the house at all when she came back to, like, tell her to call a doctor.
Yeah, it like...
So, yeah, I think you're right. Because he was pretty chill about fading out of existence.
He was pretty chill. I'm also wondering, too, how, like, if her skin condition, like, what the connection to that is. Like, I think that also has to just do with being a teenager and having, like, all these... like, what's the word? Insecurities about your appearance and everything.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. Another thing, like, they've been pushing the rock animals a lot.
Yeah. Which literally is, like, 4 chapters old.
Yeah.
Like,
but I had the theory about, like, how the bite mark on Gabby's neck when he first found him is going to be from, like, a rockworm or something, like, kind of like an underground, like, that bit on the neck, and that's what got rid of his memory, so he wouldn't be, like, as dangerous with, like, the memories of both Jofume and Kira.
Yeah.
Like, that would be dangerous, so they probably just, like, the one thing we can, like, do to stop them, or someone had it, like, send it out to make sure.
Yeah, that's actually, I think, pretty... That works because Yasuho even says, like, oh, I'm just remembering this now. Like, because the reason why she remembered the whole incident was because she bought the hair clip, like, around the area where the Planet Praiser lived. So I think that maybe it's kind of like the perfect narrative device. Like, have things remind, like, Jofume or Kira about the past, and then Gap will remember it.
I don't think Yasuho actually sees, like, Holly, right? Like, a picture of Holly or in person, does she?
Who?
Because Yasuho, because... if she saw, like, Holly in person, like, from the earlier chapters, like, when, like, Gabby goes to find... Like, I think she tells him where she's at, but I'm not sure if she actually meets her.
I don't think she has ever met. I know that... Okay. We know that Gappy has.
I know Gappy has.
Her.
Like, but,
yeah,
like,
I don't think Yasuho has.
Because Yasuho pointed... I'm pretty sure pointed, like, gave him directions to the hospital where that she was at.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't think she actually physically met her.
No, I think you're right. So. That's actually really impressive internal consistency for Araki.
Yeah, if we're right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I think that's my whole theory about the rock animals. Like, they're coming more and more.
I think that... So, this is the biggest thing to me. It seems completely random that Yasuho interacted with one. Like, but why? Like, unless they're literally, like, doing it to everyone in town. Like, getting people to... Having the rock, like, animals infecting people.
Just to feed off the negativity. So, like, or the emotions or whatever. Just, like, no better way than trick people with, like, a little shop.
But this is, like, the first that...
Also,
this is, like, a kind of theory that's not really rooted in anything.
Teenagers are also, like, stupid.
They are.
Overly emotional. So, kind of works. They're perfect prey.
They are perfect prey. But, like, where is this, like, negativity thing? Like...
I don't know.
Like, what is...
I could have sworn this is a chapter where, like, there's something where they get off a negative... on, like...
I don't recall that. It might be true.
There's a lot of, like, fucking old chapters. Like, I think they have to feed off of some kind of, that's the bugs are feeding them. Somehow they trick and transfer to, like, to them.
Finish it.
Alright.
Alright.
Any other things to talk about or finish up? Because you haven't noticed, there's some construction in the background.
Yeah. So, yeah, as I was saying, like, is there this massive conspiracy where the rock people have, like, a thing on everyone to keep them, like, from interfering?
Maybe.
Is maybe Yasho's dad involved with the rock people? Maybe that's why because I mean, like, he's kind of an important character in this. Like, he's got to come back.
Yeah, he hasn't been, like, using him forever, but we'll see.
I don't know if we even saw him before.
I think he's there until he has, like, a stand battle with his ex-wife.
Yasuho?
No, ex-wife. Remember the card one?
I was talking about Yasho's dad.
No, wait, Yasho's dad? No, he's gone.
This is the first time I've ever seen him.
Yeah, he don't give a shit.
So, I don't know. I feel like there's got to be a reason why, though. I mean, like, I guess you could say, like, stand users attract stand users, but she doesn't have a stand at this time.
Who knows? I don't think so, man.
I guess that's really it, though. I don't have anything else to say.
What do you think? Overall, chapter good?
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
It had problems, I think. Yeah. It had pacing problems.
So, any predictions of what's going to happen next chapter? Do you think they're finally going to make it home?
Okay, yeah, let's start with predictions. No, I don't think they're going to make it home. I think they're going to have another adventure on the side of the road.
You think? I think
they're going to draw this out as long as possible.
I kind of think Norasaki adventure will be next one, and he's like going to be at the house, like dealing with like the stand for the most part before they get there, and like trying to have to get rid of this before they get there.
Oh, that'd be interesting. I didn't think about that.
Or like him and like the family at least, or some of the family have to like, oh god, what is fucking actually happening in our house right now? It
has been an incredibly long time since we've seen Daya do anything.
Yeah,
the girl in the bear suit.
Any of them really? Yeah,
I mean even like. What's his face?
Joshu
had a chapter like forever ago.
But I even see with the other daughter's like adventure, like her stand.
That was like the only time
I would love to have like Ishikata family like battling this weird like whatever this. We still don't know what the Ozone Baby does. I think it's called Ozone Baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I just got it right. We still don't know what it's gonna be doing, so it'd be fun to have like the family versus that, while Jobin just like pretending to go along with like helping them or something. Yeah,
that would be really neat to see actually, because we know poor Tom has explained this as being like a very dangerous stand. Like essentially, if you encounter it, you're dead. So I wonder if like we're gonna see Norisuke.
It's like a family bonding stand battle.
That would be really cool.
Or like, okay, we had to stick together as a family and like fight this thing as a family.
Because they play up the whole Higashikata family thing so much in the beginning of JoJolion. Yeah. I want to see that come back.
Yeah. And like the maid's with them too, so I mean she can do stuff too.
Yeah. No, she won't.
I know, probably not.
She won't do anything.
Probably not, but I'm hoping she does.
Yeah, I wish.
So, that's the only real prediction I have, that like I think it's gonna they're gonna fight Ozone Baby with the Higashikata family versus them, and by the time Gappy and them reach the house, it'll be done.
Yeah.
Or like they'll find the stand, like murdering and then it'll cut to like Tom like just being like brutally in a pile of blood because the stand is like destroyed.
It seems like the kind of stand that won't affect the user unless it becomes like a humanoid one.
I don't know. There's weird stuff like that.
Because a lot of times when there's like weird stands, they just like they'll like destroy half the stand and the user will just be like, "Hey, what's up? I'm fine."
I mean, what's it called? Mista had like he didn't get fed until like 3. Like most of the like, Sex Pistols got like hurt.
Yeah, like I only remember him really showing damage when he just got fucking brutalized, like actually hurt, like his body.
There was one point where like like 4 of the pistols got like killed, and like he was like really fucking hurt, like mortally wounded from that, but also like 2 less, so he wasn't like completely dead.
The pistols have like a really stupid rule where like as long as one's alive, like they're all alive.
They can come back eventually over time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's so dumb.
Weird stand laws.
I think that's all I have to say.
And you have any other predictions you want to make?
No.
Or do you kind of think like what I did?
I think there wasn't enough that happened. This was such a character central episode.
Do you think they'll get another flashback chapter, or do you think they'll be like, at the house?
I really want the house thing to happen. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I really want them to. Because think about it, they got to get on a bus and go somewhere. And how many stands have
how many times have they got into battle doing that or walking down the street?
I think of like 3 within JoJolion.
Yeah, I kind of really hoping for like family versus like Ozone Baby.
That'd be really cool.
I want to see the family come together to fight, because none of the family really joined Gappy other than the paper crane one.
Paper Moon King.
Yeah, Paper Moon King. He was the only one that actually really like joined Gappy for a while. Like other ones not
and
really.
Then disappeared promptly.
Yeah, Joshu's just a shithead and just like who cares? Like, and Daya just like sexes all over him, even though she's like 13.
Actually 13 years old.
She sexes all over him.
I saw a funny meme picture of Giorno someone drew where it was like him pulling his shirt up and then there's a piece of paper that said 15 years old under it.
You're not wrong. Like everyone's like 15 years old. And, like
even
there's no reason for any of them to be like 15 years old. Like they're all gangsters. They all could just be like 18 or like even 17.
No.
Like
we have to appeal to the demographic, Sam.
It's gonna make it creepy. All the waifus need to be creepy. How old's Jolene in like?
Jolene's actually 19 years old. She's one of the oldest protagonists I think that JoJo's had.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan kind of goes through, like, fluctuates, like, throughout the years. In
I forget how old he is.
He starts out, like a teenager, but then he goes into, like, college. They play the college rugby.
Yeah, so I guess you could say he's probably in his 1920s.
1920s. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, 19 and 20
I
years
want to say
old.
Joseph, like, seemed like to be, like, 18.
He might have even been younger. He might have been 16.
I can believe that.
He was super young. Because I
Jojo
was
was 16.
Recently. Yeah. Oh my god. It was so fucking...
Josuke was 16, I think, as well.
It was a relief when JoJolion was 19. I was like, wow, that's pretty old for a protagonist.
Johnny is a young adult, I believe.
I want to believe that, but I feel like there's a line of dialogue that says, oh, Johnny's actually 14.
I would say he'd be 19. Like, that'd be my guess. I kind of want to look up, like, age of Joestars.
Because, I mean, he still lives, like, at home. Well, we don't even know where he lives in the beginning of
I put age
SPI.
of and, like, Joe and Joe Biden.
I'm curious now.
Alright, it just goes to Joseph Joestar. He's 18 years old in Battle, Tennessee.
The Joseph was?
Yeah, Joseph.
Oh, wow. I thought he was younger.
He's age 20 by the end of part 1 for Jonathan.
Okay, that's about right. Because he's in college.
Yeah. Let's see. We know Jodo was like 16. Alright, let's go for Johnny. What's your prediction for Johnny?
I would say 21.
19.
Damn. It's like something... I don't know. I think it's they want to appeal to, like, the demographic. Is Giorno actually 15?
Hold on.
I feel like Giorno actually will be 15.
Jolene's is 19.
That's what I thought.
Giorno Giovanna, born 1985. April 16th, 1965. He is... Where the heck is it? Height, age 15.
Jesus Christ. It makes him the youngest one.
How does Gabby actually have an age, or like?
Oh well, Kira...
age 19 tentative.
Yeah, well, Kira is like 28. I think they said in this.
Yeah, Kira's old.
So
and Jofume is like 19.
Yeah,
I think they went with Jofume's age.
Yeah,
I guess he was the half that was like was more alive. I guess so. I guess they probably went for.
He took very few of Kira's traits. It seems.
Other than like the bubbles.
Yeah, and like the sailor suit.
And the sailor suit he kind of took him out. He didn't come out with the suit. I mean, he was the hat, didn't he?
He had the hat on.
He had the hat on. He the only thing.
He was naked though.
Yeah, other than the hat.
4 balls.
I guess he found a hat.
4 balls.
4 fucking balls.
Wow, I'm so glad. Thinking back, that was so good. Like reveal, like the 4 balls thing, and they sat on that for a while.
I always love the eye, like being really into cool eyes in like manga or like anime. They're really cool. Like, remember seeing dragon eyes are like always really cool. Yep, 16 part 4.
All right.
Yeah, it's
So, anything else you want to say?
Nah, we went through the ages of the Joestar family.
All right.
I think it's pretty good now.
So this has been Jim.
And I'm Sam. You want to tell you where to find us, or you want to plug that in real quick before we say bye-bye?
We're only on YouTube.
Yes, that's cool.
It's Jokakaka.
Yeah.
We also have a sister podcast called The Neon Cast, where we talk about cat girls and how much we hate them.
For the most part, yes.
So, yeah, check that out, I guess.
Recently we did some shitty cat Fox Spirit Spa. But if you want to watch one we enjoyed, we watched Zodiac Wars. No, fuck you. Zodiac Wars, which is pretty cool. A recent seasonal anime. So give that a listen to.
Yeah, go check that out. It was good.
So
I liked it.
So yeah, just follow us. Yeah, that is on iTunes though.
Yeah.
So thank you for listening. As we said, that's Jim and I'm Sam.
Bye.
Bye-bye.